All right, cool. So while you do that, let's take in high knees. Let's hug them into our chest. Start warming up here, talking about the movements. So we've got dumbbell deadlifts first. That's double dumbbells, or we can use our pack if we created our pack. So raise your hand if you're using dumbbells.
I think.
Oh, so easy. Okay. Say that again, Brittany.
What weight do you want for dumbbells?
Dumbbells. So our like RX weights 35, 50, but it's going to be whatever you have a set of.
Well, I can do the bar, or I have a set of tens.
Hug your knee in. I would do the bar.
Okay.
So I have a set of 15s.
I think that would be good. When you go lighter with the weights, you're just going to find that you can actually stick to that Tabata schedule. If we went 35s, 50s, you're going to find that you're working for maybe like 15 seconds. Morning, Jeff. And then you're resting for a lot longer. Let's go back and across. So whenever the weight gets lighter, we just compensate with our work ethic. So dumbbell deadlifts, some we got dumbbells, some we got barbells. Then after the deadlifts, we go into that sofa hip thrust, right? So lots of us don't have sofas in the basement. So we can either use a box behind our back. We can either do hip thrusts on the ground, which is totally fine. Ooh, yes, Jess, perfect. We can use a yoga ball, wide leg. Let's go side to side, Cossack squats. Does anybody not or have any other ideas for that sofa hip thrust? Or they have anything they're looking around at that they're like, this might work? Are we all good with boxes or floor?
I can go up and get the yoga ball.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be really good.
No.
Just don't roll off it. It's early. Both of you. Good. Let's take it. Keep that wide leg and let's go inchworm. Press ups at the bottom. Good. Let's get in a couple more. On our last walkout on our inchworms, I'm going to have you guys stay right down there, flip it around, and we're going to do a set of 10 glute bridges. Both feet. Nice. Good. So while you guys are doing those and just listening, after the sofa hip thrust, we've got ring row. So I know a lot of us don't have ring rows, but that is really for the back, right? It's to jack the back. That's what ring rows are good for. It's a pulling exercise. So what we want to sub that for is some kind of pull. So it's either going to be a bent over dumbbell row. It's either going to be a gorilla row, which I really like, and we'll go over in just a second. Or if you want to get crazy, it can be the inverted row we did on our first week of at-home WODs, which was the bed sheet over the door. Yep, take it into Spider-Man.
Oh, that's
Say that again.
I said, oh, that's okay. To swing a sheet over something. That's
Yeah, so like not the end of the sheet, swing it over a door, make sure it closes, and then can row it out. Or we could do if you have a barbell, and it's got a rack, you could do, you know, inverted rows to the barbell. Good. Nice, let's stand it up. Let's go good mornings together. 10 good mornings. Soft bend in the knees, nice flat back.
Would pull-ups be okay, Allie?
Oh, yeah.
Strict pull-ups, but
You said strict pull-ups?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would honestly, like, probably for a Tabata too, maybe like singles or even jumping pull-ups if you had a bar.
I'll need to probably do some variation with dumbbells, Allie.
Okay. Nice. Good. 10 squats. Nice. Okay, guys, so we did the glute bridge on the floor, right? If we're going to be doing the glute bridge on any kind of raised surface, we just want to think about the first time. Who did it the first time? Those 75 sofa hip thrusts. Yeah, that was insane. Welcome back to that burn. You want to make sure that you're not feeling anything in your low back. So when we go to do that hip thrust, we go down towards the floor. I keep some kind of core engagement. So when I come up to the straight line, I'm not overextending the low back here. So when I do those hip thrusts, my bench is a little bit high. I come up to 90 degrees, but I'm also thinking about engaging the core here. I'm not keeping my hips down. Like I don't let my hips sink and dump into my low back on those sofa hip thrusts. Does that sound good? Okay. Grab your dumbbells. Let's go over some dumbbell deadlifts. For these, your standard is just the front head of the dumbbell has to touch the ground, right? So pinch that upper back. We're gonna hinge at the hip. Once we get to the knee, bend at the knee. I would keep a chin tucked today, but let's get in 10. Nice, lots and lots of glutes. Good. Little less knee bend, Jess. Feel that in the hammies and the glutes.
Oh, yep, there we go.
There we go. Nice. Good. All right. So if we're using a barbell, like Brittany, if we're using dumbbells, Brittany, you could do a bent over row instead of those ring rows, right? If we're using dumbbells, we can do a bent over row standing if we only have one, or we can do my favorite variation, which is the gorilla row from the back. And can you guys see the floor right here? That's both hands on the dumbbells like this, pulling up to the sides. Right? So that would probably be my variation for today. Sound good on those?
Yep.
Okay. So we got
Good morning,
deadlift,
puppy.
thrust.
Good morning, cute puppy dog.
That's coach. That's the coach. All right, last one. Soup can, dumbbell reverse flies. I've got 2 light weights right here. I'm gonna hinge over, think about dropping my shoulders and pinching right between my shoulder blades for each rep. Let's test those out. I'm using 5s. Nice, good. Good. You can keep a straight arm, you can keep a bent arm, just make sure that we're not shrugging up towards the shoulder, and be mindful that this is the last movement. So posterior chain is going to be fatigued from the deadlifts, and then you're going to be hinged over like this for 4 minutes for the flies. So if that starts to not feel good, just stand it up for some lateral raises, okay? Stand it up for some lateral raises, or lay down on the ground and do T's with that weight, okay? Sound good? Any questions? No? Jeff, we just talked about Smart WOD, but you're the one who told us about it, so I figure you're ready to go.
Yeah, it has a Tabata function, and so it would be 32 rounds is what it technically is. 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. So you should be able to program that for free, and it'll take you right through this.
Yeah. Nice. It's been really helpful, so thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So 15 or 32 rounds, 4 Tabatas, deadlifts, hip thrusts, some variation of a row, and then soup can reverse flies. The last thing I have to share with you guys is that next week we're going to go for that condensed schedule. We're going to do I was like pretty adamant about keeping a pretty early morning time for like us early morning folks. So we're going to do a 7 a.m., a 9 a.m., a 12 p.m., 3 p.m., and then 6 p.m. Do you guys think that the 7 a.m. time would still work for like a live?
Sometimes I have Zoom meetings I have to get on at 8 o'clock. So some days I wouldn't be able to do that, but that's okay.
Okay.